One of the big things that happened this past week for KSU baseball is a sweep on the road at LeMoyne-Owen College, the first one of the season for baseball. And I'm now being joined by head coach Rob Henry. And coach, to me that's a big series for you guys. It's a conference series. It puts you guys in good position in the West Division with a sweep of LeMoyne-Owen. What else does this do for your team going into that series and coming out with 3 wins?
Well, it gives us a lot of confidence. I mean, going in on the road and winning 3 ball games, 2 of them were very close. Obviously, Josh Dunn pitched real well in the 3-2 ball game that led off the series, and then Joe Crisp in game 2. We actually had back-to-back bases loaded, nobody out situations that he worked his way out of. And it's always good to go on the road and win, and especially good to go on the road and get a sweep like we did. Swung the bats well, defense was very good again, and it helps build some confidence going into this week with another tough road test at Miles.
Now, you mentioned JD, and we know, and we've talked about JD on more than one occasion. He has won Conference Pitcher of the Week once this year. We know what he can do. But it's the performances of Joe Crisp, Shea Butler, Connor Kelly, and a few others that have really stepped up.
Right.
What is it about them that has really kind of maybe turned the page?
I think the big thing with them is they're really starting to get into our ratios we talk about as far as first pitch strike percentages, 1-1 count percentages, limiting free bases, and it really feels like right now we've got 5 guys who can be conference starters. Joe Crisp and Josh Owsley did a great job in games 2 and 3 this weekend. Shea Butler was great against Payne and was great against Lincoln Memorial. Connor Kelly had a couple of great starts early on. So, we legitimately have 5 guys who can start, and that's going to bode well for us going into the conference tournament. And then you've got Eric Anderson threw well yesterday in practice, so Eric's starting to come on a little bit, and that's going to help the staff flesh out a little bit more. And then Matthew Oxford's been very good in relief, and Justin Stinson's had a couple of good starts. So, we go 7 or 8 deep now, and a lot of times guys focus on who are the 3 conference starters, and it's not just about that. If you're going to win a conference tournament, you've got to be able to go 6, 7, 8, 9 guys deep on your staff. And Coastal Carolina proved that last year in the Division I World Series, and it's no different at our level with what we're doing in our conference and regional and national tournaments as well. So it definitely bodes well for us heading into the conference tournament. And back half of the conference season, and then the conference tournament.
Now, conference tournament's a few weeks away. So, but one of the first things we got to really get into is another big West Division series against Miles College, again on the road. What does this series say to you so far going into it?
Well, it's going to be another good test against another good West Division opponent. We just got finished with LeMoyne-Owen the weekend before that. We had a great series against Tuskegee, and now we go down to Miles, who right now they're 7-2 in the division, and we're 6-3. So we're knocking on the door. We're right there with them, and it's going to go a long way towards the seeding for the conference tournament on who gets the 1 and the 2 seed. Can give us an opportunity to take a step up ahead of them, or put us back in the rearview mirror behind them. We just got to go out and play well, and hopefully get the results that we want. But it's going to be a fun series. It's going to be a fun weekend. Coach Roberts does a good job with that program. We get to play down at Rickwood Field, which is the oldest professional ballpark in America. So a lot of history attached to the surroundings where we're playing. It's going to be a fun series.
That series coming up this weekend. You can follow some updates on KYSU Baseball. Of course, you always follow us on KSUThoroughbreds.com. And as you can see from this week, we are live inside the study room here at Alumni Stadium, where a lot of our student athletes are getting a lot of work done off the field as well as on the field. For Coach Rob Henry, I'm Eric Matthews for the Thoroughbred Sports Network.